Hello and welcome back to Up the Villa podcast. If you're new to our channel, subscribe, drop this video a like and get involved in the comment section down below. So it's getting closer to Boxing Day. I'm really excited now to be having the thought of Villa back in action now for over half of a season. I'm really excited. We've got a battle of the Villa at Villapark on Thursday, Aston Villa v Villarreal. This is the match preview for that. But before we get into it, I just want to have a little look at some of the things that I've been impressed with so far on the tour when we went to Abu Dhabi in those two games. So we drew 2-2 with Brighton and we beat Chelsea 1-0. And I think it's been really interesting because I think we all knew that Unai Emery was going to get his clipboard out and he was going to go into fine details of how he wants the side to set up. And, you know, I thought maybe he would go more the offensive side of things, attacking-wise. But from what I can see, he's gone down the road of getting this team very difficult to beat. And there's been a few things that I've been really impressed with. So we'll start off with the Brighton game, the things that I was impressed with that, and then we'll go into the Chelsea game, and then we'll move on to Villarreal as well. Then, so if we have a look at how we've been setting up in both games, we've been setting up with our 4-2-2-2. So we've stuck with that offensively going forward. This is how we've predominantly been attacking in both games. Quick fire, sharp, counter-attacking football, looking to get winning runners through the lines to help support Ollie Watkins and Leon Bailey up top. So, defensively, how have we been looking then, Villa fans? So, we've been predominantly playing with a high line. We saw that in the two Premier League games under Unai Emery as well. So, we've stuck with that. We've been playing both sides offside quite a lot with a high line. So that's pleasing to see that has been working. The shape of the team, the first thing that I was really in high praise of after the first game against Brighton was the press. We all know that Brighton are really good with the football. They look to play the ball out from the back. It's a really strong trait that they have got. But Villa were class, man, at pressing Brighton and turning over that football high up the football pitch. We did it time and time again against Brighton, and it was really good to watch. When the shape was more like this in a 4-4-2, we were able to really pin the opposition in. Everybody was working in unison. Everybody was aware of their roles, and it was really... We did really well to win the ball. We was doing it time and time again, and Brighton were finding it really difficult to live with us when we were pressing them. I think there was only one time in that game that they were able to break through the press. It's looked good in the sense of everybody's working together. It's cohesive. It's working. One goes, the next one goes. It's not like one goes and then it's like, where's my mate? Why is no one backing me up? And it can look quite chaotic at times. It hasn't looked like that. It's looked really good. So the press against Brighton was massive. It was good. It was there to see, and it worked an absolute treat. One thing that was a little bit disappointing in that game, though, I would say, is when we were turning over the ball. So when we was able to win the ball back against Brighton, was a little bit loose with possession. We did give the ball away a little bit too often. It felt like once we'd done really well to win the ball back, we were just too eager to play it. There was a lot of misplaced passes. So we've got to be careful of when we win the ball back, we really using the ball well. And that's one thing that I thought we could have done a little bit better with. So we beat Chelsea 1-0. I was impressed with some of the stuff that I saw in that game as well. Again, out of possession of the football was really good. So what I mean by this is when we was in our 4-4-2 shape, you could really see when the ball was down the Chelsea right-hand side the Villa shape was moving a little bit more like this. It was drifting from left to right. Everybody knew their roles, and you could really see when the ball went to one side, 4-4-2 went that way. When the ball went to the opposite side, 4-4-2 went that way. So you could see what we were trying to do. We're trying to keep it compact, organised, and in a structured formation. How many times have you watched the Villa side and it just looks like a mismatch of everybody just looking like they don't know what they're doing? Whereas when I'm watching us defensively now, I can see the shape of this team moving around. Another thing that I thought has looked good over the course of the two games is that when we've been defending, it looks compact, organised, and solid. The amount of times in the past I've watched Villa and when we're under the cosh a little bit defensively, it looks absolutely chaotic. That's not the case. It looks organised and we look like we know what we're doing. So on the defensive side of things, I've been impressed with. Offensively, we've looked okay. We've looked to counter at speed. We've looked to get Leon Bailey in transition at times. And I think the counter-attack is going to be a work in progress, but we scored a really well-worked goal against Chelsea. Shout out to John McGinn because I thought he was fantastic against Chelsea. He was supporting the forwards. He looked really good. Caden Young, when he came on, was absolutely fantastic as well. We went for more of an out-and-out 4-4-2 in the second half against Chelsea. And Caden Young on the right-hand side was really driving forward. And he had a really, really good game. When Reiki started the game against Chelsea, he was playing more in this position here on the left-hand side, a little bit where Jacob Ramsey plays. He was doing really well. He was breaking up play. He was winning the ball back. And he had a really good shot at the end of the second half, the end of the first half, that just scraped the post. The absentees, we've had Ramsey missing, Brendan missing, Coutinho missing, and Carlos is doing well on his rehabilitation. So those are the three that I'm a little bit worried about, that the bench looks a little bit light attacking-wise. So I'd love to know where they're at. Hopefully that they've just got little niggles and it's nothing too serious. So all in all, I think it's been a really good 2 games on the tour. We've looked really, really well defensively, organised, and we scored a really well-worked goal against Chelsea. But up next, we have the other Villa coming to Villapark. Villarreal are coming, and it's going to be a really, really exciting game. I think there's going to be a lot of goals. I think it's going to be a really good attacking game. And hopefully we can really defend well and set us up well going into the Liverpool game on Boxing Day. So some of the absentees of which we're probably going to see missing for Villarreal are going to be Pau Torres. He's been at the World Cup with Spain. Nicholas Jackson, who Aston Villa are linked with, looks like he'll be missing. He's been away with Senegal. Yeremy Pino has been away with Spain as well. So it looks like those 3 probably will be missing. Villarreal have had 2 friendlies with Fenerbahce and Galatasaray. Fenerbahce, they lost 2-1. Luis Quintero started. Gerard Moreno, Pereiro, Coquelin and Capu started that game. Pepe Reina's in goal, so it's good to see him down Villa Park again. And then they won against Galatasaray 4-3. And this is the one that I'm looking forward to seeing. Samuel Chukwueze. Really looking forward to seeing him play. I really, really rate Chukwueze. So I think that one's going to be a real good one to keep an eye on. It's going to be an exciting game. We're up against Unai Emery's former side as well in Villarreal. So it's going to be great for Emery. And hopefully this is where Don Lang's going to be getting in the ear of the executives of Villarreal, and Pau Torres deal is going to be done. I'm only joking. But yeah, really, really looking forward to it. It's going to be an exciting game. Can't wait to just be back down B6 at Villa Park watching Aston Villa back in action as well. So if we just have a little look at maybe what Villa's predicted lineup is going to look like in this game as well. So it's going to be a 4-4-2, isn't it? We're going to have Bailey up top. We are going to have Ollie Watkins up top starting this game as well. Central midfield, we'll have a double pivot of Dougie Luiz and Boubacar Kamara. We will have on the right-hand side, we'll have John McGinn, who had a really good game against Chelsea. Loving his little buzz cut haircut. We'll have Olsen in goal, who didn't look too bad against Chelsea. He pulled off some nice saves. His distribution looked okay-ish. I think that's always going to put Villa under pressure. There was a little bit of a breakdown in communication a couple of times as well. Where's Ashley Young? There he is. We'll go with Luca Dean on the left as well, who looked lively against Chelsea as well. He looked to have a really good game. This area, not too sure about. We don't know where Ramsey is. We don't know where Buendia are. We're not sure where Coutinho is. So I think we'd go Reiki starting this game. Interesting that Emery really likes to look at Reiki as well. So that's really, really good as well. So nice to see Reiki. Nice to see Caden Young getting some minutes. Nice to see Tommy O'Reilly get minutes as well. So all in all, good talk. Really looking forward to it. Thanks everyone for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Get involved in the comment section as well. And up the Villa.